Pauline Hanson is the One Nation leader and joins us now. Pauline, good morning.
Good morning, Stephen.
It won't be long before you won't recognise anywhere in Queensland anymore.
Oh, it's getting ridiculous, isn't it? Great Keppel Island, they want to change that to Whopper. So change it back to an Aboriginal name. Plus they're looking at Brisbane, Burleigh Heads. You're looking at other parts of Queensland. So, yes, it is. There are some parts that have actually Aboriginal names, but they've been that for years. But to turn around and want to change these names now, I think it's ridiculous. And if we get the balance of power in Queensland after the next state election in October, it won't happen. And I hope that the coalition, the LNP in Queensland, has some backbone to say, no, we're not changing the names.
Because, look, the reality is that there's no problem with places having Indigenous names. I mean, as you say, some of them have been there for years. But when you start chopping and changing, all it does is confuses people.
When you've got areas like Fraser Island, they've changed the name. I don't know. I can't even tell you what the name is now. I'm not interested. And so, you know, these are areas that tourists have come out to Australia. They know these names. You start changing names. For what? You know, a small percentage of the people that are Aboriginal probably had no connection with the land for a long time, and yet we changed the names. They're thinking about Stradbroke Island. That's another one. You know, the control that's been taken over by such a small group of people, not only Queensland but elsewhere in Australia. And I just went out to Gundawindi last week, and there's a claim by the Aboriginals, the Binghambull Corporation, to actually take over reserve. And there's quite a bit of land there, but for the past 100 years, it's been used by the whole community. Now the state government want to hand it over to them. You know, just hand it over as freehold. It's under native title, which is the underlying base, but they're wanting to make it freehold. Now, if this changes hands like this, it's going to happen throughout Australia, and I think it's wrong. Yeah,
it's an interesting precedent. Now, you've released another episode of Pauline Hanson's Please Explain. These cartoons, they get better and better each time.
Oh, thank you. Well, people constantly pull me up, and even reading the comments that are made, people say, gee, it's scary, but it's true. And that's what we're trying to get through to people, to have a better understanding of politics and what actually happens in Parliament with our politicians. So people are learning from it, and I'm pleased that they are, because I hope that they go to the next election better informed about what is going on, what policies are happening, and the impact it's going to have on Australians.
There's, I haven't seen the latest one, the spy scandal one, but I did see the one about the Department of Distractions, and I tell you what, it doesn't get any more accurate than that.
Well, that's right. And as I said to people, he might, hopefully, will lose the Labor Party in Queensland. And I think that he will actually get a bit of a shake-up with that. And I think he'll call an election before the WA elections in the following March of next year. And I think he'll call for his wedding sometime before he holds the federal election as a distraction.
All right, well, I guess we'll wait and see. Pauline, good to talk to you. We'll catch up again next week.
Thanks, Stephen. Bye.
Senator Pauline Hanson back with us next week.